Hey everyone, now I was going to do this video like I did the previous videos and actually have you seen the actual products that I have. However, I've had nothing but dramas tonight trying to get that done. First of all, my phone, which I normally use because it's a Samsung Galaxy S5, that would usually has a pretty good camera on it and it does do good videos. However, I was just having nightmares. First of all, it was not charged enough, so halfway through my first attempt, the battery died. Then I charged it for a bit, tried again, and then the recording somehow corrupted, so that was the second attempt. Third attempt, I couldn't get my flash to work on it, so I couldn't show you anything on the inside of the case because it was too dark. And then the fourth attempt, well, that was the worst one of all because I recorded the thing upside down and on different angles, and then at one point I had my finger over the microphone, so it was all muffled. So I thought, I'm not recording it for a fifth time, but I still want to show you guys. Like I said, I promised to when I get my parts. I wanted to show you videos, so I thought the best way to do it is to just record the screen and show you the different parts and explain a bit about them. So that's what I'm going to do. So first of all, I'll start off with the case. So the case I decided to get was a Nanoxia Deep Silence 5. Now that was I took a while to get because I had to get it sent in for Germany. But I finally got it this week, so I'm just going to show you the page for that one. So this is Nanoxia's website. This is the case here. It's called the Deep Silence 5. It's really cool, actually. As you can see, it comes in different colors. I went with what's called the anthracite or the brushed metal. Now, this one it's a really heavy case, actually, because it's made of proper steel. It's no aluminium or aluminum, as some like to call it. It weighs about 16 kilos or 35 pounds. So that's just the case, that's just empty, that's straight out of the box. So, there's a few little bits and pieces, some pictures on it, but I'll show you a different page. This is actually the site I bought it from. And as you can see, it's a picture like that. Gives you a bit better pictures so you can see what I'm talking about. Now this is the anthracite. As you can see, the front panel there is sort of a brushed effect. Now in my one, it's actually a lighter grey. Sort of like a silverware type of colour. But it's like a brushed metal. It's really nice. It contains filters. The reason I got this is because not only is it nice and nicely built, it also comes with a lot of sound dampening features. So you can see at the top of the case there, you've got the sound dampening padding, and you've got some filtering. You've got it on the back panel there behind that where that the CPU cooler mounting bracket is, or the cutout is. It has intake on the side there at the front, just like the R4. I got this one over the R4 for a few reasons. One of them was the fact that it comes with 4 5¼ inch bays. Now, because it is a server, I don't plan on doing a lot of having a lot of use out of with actual CD-ROM drives or DVD drives or whatever it may be. But I thought in the future, if I need extra space, I can use some sort of adapters or some sort of 4-in-1 module in there. I actually own a couple, but they're not very good, so I'll probably buy some new ones if I ever decide to do that. But as you can see, there's a picture of it from the back there. Now it comes with 2 120mm fans in the front, and this, as you can see, this picture here actually has a 140 at the back. It has some water cooling features. It has some little feet on it, so it lifts the case up a bit so air can get in and things like that. Another reason I got this case was because of the 11 hard drive bays. Now these are fully modular. These can be moved around or removed completely depending on what you want. I'm going to keep them all in there because that's the point of buying it with so many. Not so I could then remove them, otherwise I would have just went with the R4. As you can also see, there's a lot of cable management, holes there, cutouts, whatever you want to call them. So you can see there's a couple on the side there, there's a couple down the bottom for all sorts of cables, so I can hide a lot of it behind the motherboard tray. There's a bit of information on it. As you can see, it takes all types of form factors. It's just made of steel, and there's a bit of plastic, which is like the locking mechanisms on the 5 1/4 inch base, and also the front part here where the grill, the intake fan, the intake grill is. So now I'll show you some pictures over here because it actually shows you the fans. So those fans can actually unclip and be removed to clean. You can also clean the filters there by just sliding them out, as you can see there. Now this comes with 2, whereas the R4 didn't. It actually only came with 1, so I suppose that's a bonus. Get an extra fan included. So yeah, they just open up like that. As you can see, you've got at the top there, you've got a reset button. You've got fan controllers on the front there as well. And there's also sound dampening equipment, padding on the inside of the doors as well. The side panel there that actually comes off, when it comes off, it actually weighs quite a lot. It's probably a couple of kilos just on its own. It's pretty solid stuff. So I take solid built as good quality, so take it what you will from that, but I think that means it's quite well made. So yeah, that's what I like about it. So that's the case. I also bought some of these, which are SATA 6 cables, but what they've done is they've taken 4 of them, they've bound them together, and then they've put them through a nice wire sort of mesh. Now I'm pretty sure these might be Bitfinex, or Bitfinex, however they pronounce it, cables. I may be wrong on that, but they seem to do a lot of stuff with the nice meshing. It's a really tight mesh too, so that's really cool. I didn't get it necessarily for looks, although it will help with the cable tucking away and hiding away, but mostly because my current one, it looks like a bowl full of spaghetti or a cobweb in my current case, because the cables are just here, there, and everywhere. So I thought I was trying to use tape and things to hold them together, but it just wasn't working, so I thought I'll just buy something that's pre-made, pre-ready to go. So what I've done for that, I've just got to go here to the Silverstone page. I've got to go into there. Now these I showed you in the previous version. As you can see, there's 2 different versions depending on how many connectors you want there. It just gives you a little flash animation of what it can do. As you can see, they're good for connecting hard drives. They're really flexible. What these will do is they'll take one SATA connector and turn it into 4 or to 2, as you can see, depending on which model you want. They're super flexible, and they're pretty cool actually. I haven't tested them, but I dare say they work. They've got the capacitor, so it should help with keeping the voltage and that stable. So not only will they do that, they'll also help tidy up things as well. So yeah, that's why I got them. I got 3 of those, so it should, for a total of 12 drives if I wanted to connect them. So that's what I've bought as well. The motherboard is this one here. It's an ASRock B75 Pro 3N. So what I've done is I got this for 2 reasons. First of all, it comes with 8 SATA ports. There's 2 down the bottom there, 2 grey ones, and then over there a bit further you've got the other 6. So that'll be good for connecting my hard drives to my server. Obviously one will be used up by the OS drive, but then, you know, I can always add I've actually got a couple of 4-port SATA cards. I don't actually use SATA, but I can use them in a non-RAID or a JBOD or JBOD, just a bunch of disks mode. If I wanted just to extend the total capacity, if I want to put it in the thing, my eventual plan is to swap out having a lot of disks or a lot of hard drives that are smaller size, like 2 terabytes and start swapping them out as I can afford it, to get larger drives like 4 or 5 terabyte per drives, hoping I can end up with not only the same but possibly more capacity but add a fewer drives. So that's my eventual plan, but for the time being I'll need as many as I can get. So Yeah, the reason I got that is, like I said, is because it is got the 6 SATA ports. Also because it was the last 1135 motherboard my local store had, and the CPU that I got is an i5 3330. I don't think I have a picture of that, but I mean the CPU looks the same. I mean it's just the standard Intel CPU i5, but and comes with it didn't come with the stock fan because I got it for free out of a computer that no one wanted, so I just bought one of the stock fans off eBay for like $12. I don't plan on overclocking it, so I don't really see the point in buying some aftermarket CPU cooler for a stock clock on the CPU. So now for the RAM. I'm not 100% sure if this is the correct version I've got, but this looks pretty much identical to the RAM that I bought, but I can only find what I can find on G-Skill's website. It is 1600 megahertz, 4 gig sticks. I've got that. I didn't really know if I should put 8 gig into a server, but I figured if I've got it, I might as well use it anyway. So I can always remove it later on if I don't see the need, or if I need 4 gig for something else, I can always chuck that in. It's no big drama. So yeah, I thought I'll give it a go. Now, the only thing I've got left to buy, I already have the power supply. I'm going to use my current one in my current server, which is a Seasonic S12-2 or something like that. It's a really nice power supply, and I really like Seasonic power supplies. I've had really good luck with them. And I know they're really well built, so I'm going to use that for the time being. I will eventually buy another one, because this one is about a year and a half, 2 years old now. So although they have a long lifespan, the Seasonic ones, I still want to replace it, but it's no real rush at this point to get one. So that'll be sort of after I get a few other things that I need, and then I'll grab that. What I'm going to get tomorrow, I also need to get is a Samsung. I'm going to get a Samsung SSD for the boot drive. Now I currently have a Samsung 830 in this machine that I'm recording this on. I'm going to take that and I'm going to use that as the OS drive for the server, and then I'm going to go and buy one of these Samsung 840 EVOs. I have used these in machines for people I've built before, and they are quick. Ridiculously quick. Now, Samsung make really good SSDs. I think their general consensus is Samsung or Intel's are the ones to go with. Samsung's are actually a bit faster, which will come really handy for this machine because I do a lot of gaming and things on it, so it'll be pretty cool. Plus, I do a lot of other things, like I do these videos and I do video editing and video conversion, stuff like that. So I'm going to put this in my current system and then move the 830 across to the server. So that's pretty much it. The hard drives that I'm going to be using are the ones that are currently in my servers, because for obvious reasons I don't need to buy new hard drives when those ones are working. They're just a mix of 1 and 2 terabytes, and there's 1 3 terabyte in there. They are Western Digital green drives. When I eventually do the switch, like I said before, I'm going to switch to probably the WD Reds. I don't know at this stage when or how I'm going to do it. I might wait if I can and let the prices go down a little bit, because it's a little bit steep here in Australia at the moment. So I might do that. But for now, that's pretty much it. I will, once I get the SSD tomorrow, and I'll sort of get everything, I'll connect everything tonight, the other parts, and then tomorrow when I get the SSD, I'll do another video, and I'll try and do it in daylight, and show you guys how it looks when it's got in there, and then I'll do the initial boot and see how we go, and then I'll install the operating system, and yeah. So at this stage I'm thinking about using Windows Server 2012. I was going to try Linux. I have tested several Linuxes both in VirtualBox and also on my current server. but the Windows is just so much easier to use. I like the idea of a Linux server, but you just can't beat the easy setup and maintenance of a Windows server. I mean, the worst thing you have to worry about is having to reboot once a month for updates. But I mean, even with it's not that long, and I mean, adding a SSD, I mean, it's going to take even less time to reboot. It takes, even when I do updates, I mean, I can afford to lose 2 minutes every month to do an update. It doesn't really matter. And for that, I get something I know how to maintain, I know how to install, I know how to set up, and separate different things that I need, and I've attempted to do in Linux, and I just can't do it. I just don't have the skills, and I just don't have the patience and the time to stuff around spending hours doing something that will take me 2 minutes in Windows. I just want the thing up and running. I don't want to be hacking away at typing terminal commands and whatever else. Why do that when you 3 clicks and you're done? And I found both Windows 8, which I'm running on this machine, and I've tested Windows Server before, and I mean, those things are pretty solid. I mean, it's not like Windows in the old days where it's just constantly crashing. I mean, I can't even remember the last time this machine crashed, So, I think as long as you don't muck around with so much stuff, I mean, the things are pretty stable. And like I said, it'll be idling most of the time, so I don't really see what would cause it to crash. It's not like I'll be installing and uninstalling and updating and carrying on all the time. So, yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, I can install it. If I don't go with Windows Server, I might just go with Windows 8.1 Pro, because, I mean, looking at a lot of forums, a lot of people are just using the standard Windows 8.1 Pro as an operating system, and they seem to be quite happy with it. It has a lot of features that you can use that are in the server products anyway, and, I mean, why not? So, it is an option, so, yeah. But anyway, I'll do another video tomorrow, or possibly the next day. Hopefully I'll do it tomorrow, though. And I'll let you guys know. So just stay tuned, and yeah, have a great time, guys.